At various stages in our lives, every believer faces moments when they feel stuck, uneasy, and unsure of why things aren't working out. This often occurs when the comfort zone that once felt safe and secure begins to feel like a prison. Life becomes a series of unanswered questions, and you can't seem to make sense of why your efforts are failing. But what if I told you that this feeling is not a random experience? What if I told you that Allah, in His wisdom, is trying to communicate with you? The truth is, when Allah wants to guide us, He doesn't always send miraculous signs or divine intervention. Instead, He often sends discomfort, closed doors, and a sense of unease to get our attention. These aren't just negative feelings to be ignored. They are divine signals that indicate it's time to leave behind what's no longer serving us. In this life, we are constantly tested. Our faith is tested, our patience is tested, and our ability to trust in Allah's plan is tested. While tests and challenges may seem difficult, they are essential for our growth. Allah, in His infinite mercy, has a plan for each one of us, a plan that is greater than anything we can imagine. But sometimes we find ourselves stuck in situations or environments that prevent us from fulfilling our true potential. These are the moments when Allah sends us signs to wake up, move forward, and embrace change. We will explore 5 unmistakable signs that Allah is urging you to walk away from what's not meant for you, and how ignoring these signs could prevent you from receiving the blessings that Allah has prepared for you. 1. Unease and restlessness, the call to evaluate your surroundings. The first sign that Allah is urging you to move on is when you feel constantly uneasy or restless. Have you ever experienced that nagging feeling in your chest as if something just isn't right? It's more than just a passing moment of anxiety. It's a deep spiritual unease that leaves you feeling trapped and unsure of where to turn. This discomfort isn't random. It's a sign that Allah is trying to get your attention. When Allah sends this feeling, it's an invitation to reflect on your surroundings, relationships, and actions. The Quran reminds us in Surah Al-Baqarah 2:155, "And we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger, and the loss of wealth and lives and fruits. But give good tidings to the patient." Allah tests us with discomfort, but these tests are not punishments. They are meant to guide us, to show us that something needs to change in our lives. When you feel unease, it's Allah's way of nudging you toward a path of peace and blessings. It's not about overthinking or getting lost in negative emotions. It's about recognizing that you are not in the place you should be. This feeling is telling you that you need to make a change, trust in Allah's plan, and leave behind what's dragging your soul down. If you constantly feel disturbed by your surroundings, whether it's a toxic relationship, a draining job, or an environment that doesn't nourish your soul, it's time to take action. Allah wants better for you, and He's urging you to leave behind what compromises your peace. There is a better path waiting for you, one that aligns with your higher purpose. Never settle for an environment that steals your peace. Instead, trust that Allah's plan is always better than what you currently have. 2. Closed doors, divine protection. Another sign that Allah is guiding you to walk away is when doors keep closing in your face. Have you ever noticed that no matter how hard you try, things just don't seem to work out? It can feel incredibly frustrating when you put in the effort, but everything you try ends in rejection or failure. But what if I told you that these closed doors are not a sign of failure, but rather a form of divine protection? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "What has passed you by was never meant to be, and what will come to you was never meant to miss you." This hadith reminds us that rejection and setbacks are not the end of the road. They are redirections. Allah may be closing doors to protect you from harm, to shield you from something you cannot yet see. What you perceive as a failure might be Allah's way of guiding you towards something better. 3rd, strained connection to Allah, a call to protect your faith. Another clear sign that Allah is urging you to leave is when your connection to Him feels strained. If you find yourself surrounded by people or environments that pull you away from your faith, it's a wake-up call. Our relationship with Allah should be our highest priority, and anything that compromises that connection is something we must step away from. The Quran says, "Indeed, the true servants of Allah are those who, when they hear false and useless talk, they withdraw from it and say, 'To us are our deeds, and to you are yours. Peace be upon you. We seek not the ignorant.'" Quran 25:55. When your faith is being compromised, whether through negative influences or toxic relationships, it's a sign that you need to protect your connection to Allah. Sometimes, staying in environments where your faith is being tested can weaken your relationship with Allah. It's not just about the people around you, it's about the energy and environment that you are surrounded by. If your prayers become neglected, your Quran recitation becomes irregular, or you find yourself forgetting Allah's remembrance, it's time to step back. Protect your soul, for your relationship with Allah is your lifeline. Fourth, stagnation and drainage, the urge to change. Another sign that Allah is guiding you to leave is when you feel stagnant, emotionally drained, or uninspired. It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind and find yourself in a situation where you feel like you're not making any progress. You might feel like you're stuck in a job that drains your energy, or in a relationship that no longer serves you. When you experience these feelings, it's not just a passing phase. It's a powerful sign that change is needed. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, reminded us, "Verily, Allah does not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves." Quran 13:11. This means that Allah wants us to take action when we feel stuck. He is waiting for us to make the first step toward change. If you feel stagnant or emotionally drained, it's because your current situation is no longer serving you. Your soul is yearning for something better, something more fulfilling. Stagnation can feel like you're in quicksand, sinking deeper without moving forward. Allah never wants His believers to feel trapped in situations that deplete them. He wants you to grow, to thrive, and to find fulfillment. If you feel emotionally exhausted, it's a sign that the situation you're in is no longer aligned with your true purpose. Trust that Allah has something better planned for you, but first, you must take the step to move forward. 5. Repeating signs. Divine messages. The final sign that Allah is urging you to leave is when you keep encountering the same signs, patterns, or messages in your life. These repeating signs are not coincidences. They are divine messages that Allah is sending to guide you. Whether it's recurring advice from friends and family, repeated verses from the Quran, or the same negative outcomes in your life, these signs are meant to get your attention. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "A believer is not stung twice from the same hole." This hadith teaches us that when Allah shows us something repeatedly, it's His way of protecting us from making the same mistakes over and over again. Repeated signs are a form of divine guidance, and they are meant to help us make better choices. If you keep facing the same issues or challenges, it's not just bad luck, it's a pattern, and Allah is showing you that something needs to change. When signs keep reappearing, it's an opportunity for you to reflect on your life. Are you still stuck in a job that makes you unhappy? Are you still surrounded by toxic people who drain your energy? Are you continuously feeling unfulfilled or unsatisfied? These repeating signs are Allah's way of guiding you to make the necessary changes before the consequences grow more severe. Ignoring these signs will only lead to more challenges and setbacks. Pay attention to the messages that Allah is sending you, and trust in His wisdom to guide you toward a better path. Conclusion. Trust in Allah's plan and take action. When Allah sends you signs to walk away from something that is no longer serving you, don't ignore them. Whether it's a feeling of unease, closed doors, a strained connection to Allah, stagnation, or repeating signs, these are all divine messages meant to guide you toward a better future. Trust in Allah's plan and have the courage to leave behind what is holding you back. The path to peace, blessings, and closeness to Allah may be on the other side of the door you fear to close. Embrace these signs, trust in Allah's wisdom, and take the bold step to move forward in faith. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more content. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below.